The sound of glass shattering echoed through the silent office. Everyone froze. Mark, the janitor, stood trembling as the CEO's expensive phone lay cracked on the marble table. For a moment, time stopped. The woman everyone feared, the CEO, just stared at him. But when the broken phone screen lit up, revealing what was inside, her expression changed completely. Her voice shook. Her eyes filled with tears. No one could have guessed that this accident, one phone, one mistake, would reveal the most powerful act of kindness she'd ever experienced. Before we dive into this emotional story, don't forget to subscribe to your channel name, where we share inspiring real-life stories that warm your heart and remind you of the good in people. If you enjoy this video, give it a like, drop a comment about your thoughts on kindness, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Alright, let's begin. Mark wasn't just any janitor. He was a single dad, working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on for his 7-year-old daughter, Emma. Every morning before dawn, he'd pack her lunch, braid her messy hair, and kiss her forehead before dropping her off at school. Then he'd head straight to Hamilton and Company, one of the most prestigious corporations in the city, where he cleaned offices before the executives arrived. Mark used to be a construction worker, strong, proud, dependable, but after an injury left him unable to lift heavy loads, this was the only job he could find. He didn't complain. He was grateful to have it. Every dollar mattered. Every shift mattered. Every moment with his little girl mattered most. The CEO of the company, Victoria Hamilton, was known for being cold and commanding. Her employees whispered about her, how she fired people without blinking, how she never smiled, and how she seemed allergic to kindness. She lived in glass offices high above everyone else, always dressed in perfection, her heels clicking like a metronome of power. Mark had only ever seen her a few times, usually from a distance. To him, she was part of a different world, a world that never looked back at people like him. One rainy Thursday morning, everything changed. Mark was cleaning the top floor, the executive suite, when Victoria unexpectedly walked in. Her face was pale, her eyes red from crying, though she tried to hide it behind her usual composure. She was holding her phone tightly, pacing back and forth, her voice shaking as she spoke into it. "I told you I can't make it this weekend, Mom. I have meetings. Please, stop making me feel guilty about it," she snapped before hanging up. Mark tried not to listen, but her tone carried the sharp edge of pain more than anger. He could see it in her eyes, exhaustion, loneliness, something human. He quietly moved around her office, mopping the floor, careful not to disturb her. But then her phone started ringing again, over and over, buzzing on the edge of the glass desk. She cursed under her breath, set it down, and stepped out to take another call on her office line. Mark reached for the mop bucket, but his elbow brushed the phone. It slid across the desk and, crash, hit the marble floor. The screen shattered. "Oh no," he whispered. The office door flew open. "What did you do?" Victoria shouted, rushing forward. I'm so sorry, ma'am," Mark stammered. "It just slipped." "Do you have any idea how expensive that is?" she barked. "You people just don't care, do you?" Her words cut deep. "You people." He clenched his jaw but stayed calm. "I'll pay for the damage, ma'am. I promise." She scoffed. "With what? Your mop?" The room fell silent except for the rain hitting the windows. Mark swallowed hard. "I'll find a way." Victoria snatched up the phone, shaking her head. The cracked screen glowed weakly, showing a photo that froze her mid-motion. It wasn't hers. It was a picture of a little girl, Mark's daughter, Emma, grinning with 2 missing front teeth, holding a handmade card that said, "For Daddy, you're my hero." Victoria blinked, confused. "Why is this?" Mark stepped closer, realizing what had happened. "Oh, that's my daughter. I guess when I tried to unlock the phone to see if it still worked, my Bluetooth connected. It must have transferred my wallpaper somehow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean." But Victoria wasn't listening anymore. She was staring at the photo, her eyes welling up. She sat down slowly, holding the phone as if it were something sacred. "She made that for you," she whispered. Mark nodded. "Yeah. She made it last Father's Day. Said I'm her hero because I work hard even when I'm tired. Victoria's hand trembled. My daughter used to make me cards like that. Before I. Her voice cracked. She turned away, hiding her face. She passed away 5 years ago. Mark froze. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. She was 8, Victoria said quietly. I was always busy. Meetings. Conferences. I thought I'd have more time. But one night, she got sick. And I wasn't there. The room grew heavy with silence. Mark's eyes softened. He could see now that beneath the sharp suits and steel demeanor, Victoria was just broken. Carrying a pain she never healed from. He gently said, she'd still be proud of you. Kids don't measure love in time. They feel it in moments. Even small ones. Victoria looked up, tears slipping down her face. You really think so? Mark nodded. I know so. My little girl reminds me every day. For the first time, Victoria smiled, not the polished, corporate kind, but a fragile, human one. A week later, something unexpected happened. Mark arrived at work early as usual, but this time, the guard at the front desk stopped him. Mr. Hamilton wants to see you. Mark froze. You mean Ms. Hamilton? The guard grinned. She said to send you straight up. Mark's heart pounded as he rode the elevator. When he stepped into her office, he noticed something new, a framed picture of a little girl on Victoria's desk. Her daughter. And next to it, a colorful handmade card that said, You're my hero. Victoria stood by the window, holding a steaming mug of coffee. Morning, Mark, she said softly. Morning, ma'am. You wanted to see me? She turned, smiling. I wanted to thank you. For breaking your phone, he joked nervously. She laughed, really laughed this time. No. For reminding me what matters. I spent years trying to forget the pain, but I also forgot the love that came with it. You, and that picture of your daughter, reminded me to start living again. Mark smiled, unsure what to say. She continued, I also learned something about you. I asked HR about your schedule. You work double shifts, don't you? He hesitated. Yes, ma'am. I just try to make ends meet. Well, she said, reaching into a folder, we're opening a new community outreach program. I need someone to supervise our after-hours facilities and help manage maintenance teams. It pays twice what you make now. And it comes with full benefits for you and your daughter. Mark's eyes widened. Ma'am. I don't know what to say. Say yes, she said simply. It's not charity. You've earned it. Tears filled his eyes. Thank you. Really? You have no idea what this means. I do, Victoria said softly. Because someone once told me that kids don't measure love in time, they feel it in moments. I'm trying to make more of those moments now. Over the next few months, the company began changing, not from new policies, but from kindness spreading through its walls. Victoria started greeting employees by name. She donated to children's hospitals. She even created a scholarship program in her daughter's memory. And every morning, Mark would see her kneel to talk with the janitorial staff, thanking them for their work. The woman who once seemed made of stone had turned into someone who made everyone feel seen. One evening, as Mark was leaving, his daughter Emma came running into the lobby after school, holding a drawing. Daddy! Look! I drew your boss, she giggled, showing a cartoon of Victoria with a huge smile. Victoria happened to walk by at that exact moment and laughed out loud. That's quite a resemblance, she said, kneeling beside Emma. Emma grinned. Daddy says you're really nice now. Victoria smiled warmly. Well, your daddy's kindness rubbed off on me. That night, as Mark tucked Emma into bed, he thought about how one small mistake, dropping a phone, had changed so many lives. It reminded him that kindness isn't just about what we give, it's about what we awaken in others. Sometimes, the people who seem the hardest to reach are the